What is up? What is up, everybody? This is Mark the Mike, and this is another the Wrestling Babble podcast by Red Cyclone Inc. I'm Mark the Mike. I'm joined by Louis Beans,
What is up? What is up?
and WrestleMania is upon us, so we will have our predictions later on in the show. We have AEW Dynasty review, our weekend wrestling, but first we have our wrestling retrospect, and we chose Ace Austin, and he was actually quite fun, man. He had a lot of interesting and a lot of fun matches, but I'm gonna shout out one that happened this week because I had three, and then this one took over the third spot. So, if you didn't get a chance to watch Impact last Thursday, you had Ace Austin versus Mustafa Ali, and that match was fantastic. I wish it didn't have like a cheat heel ending, but Ali has his crew, and they kind of joined in and their madness, and then Mike Santana came in for the save with the kind of Keith Lee thing when he like stands behind the person and they staring at them that he did to Adam Cole. He kind of had the same thing and beat the shit out of Ali. So, um, match itself it was fantastic. It was a lot of high flies, but technician. I seen Ali do like a 360 flip, standing flip on top of him. It was just insane. They have great chemistry, so like this is a definitely good match. And honestly, I'll probably give Impact Wrestling a review because I did watch it this week and it was an extremely good show. So definitely watch this one. It was on last Thursday, so it's easy to find. So definitely check that one out.
Do it. Uh, the first one I picked was Ace Austin versus Bear Bronson. This is
Nice.
Dojo Wars 104, December 2016. It is in the CCW promotion. And if you want to see it, it's on his YouTube, Ace Austin.
Nice.
Uh, I would say this is kind of early in Bear Bronson's career. Like, I don't know when Ace Austin started, but remember we saw Bear Bronson start like in the beginning of AEW.
Yes.
And then you find out that he's one of the, I think the Long Island guys,
Yeah,
because he's
he's
from,
in Cap.
yeah, he's a Creative Pro guy. Um,
My friend actually know he went to high school with him. One of my old coworkers.
okay, cool beans. He's the one that's not in trouble right now, so
Yeah.
his partner had some issues.
Uh,
Um, but this one was actually really good to see them both start out. It's a super small venue. It looks like it's because it's the Dojo Wars. I think it's in front of the school.
yeah.
So I guess CCW had like somebody that they would train people with. So you see all the I guess if you recognize people from CZW at the time, you might see them in the crowd.
Yeah.
But it's really cool because even here, Austin has the Gambit type of deal, the cards with the ace.
Yeah.
So he's had that persona for a long time.
Nice.
Um, and it was actually a really good match. I recommend it. Uh, he does get his ass kicked though. Bronson is he. This is one cool part where they fight outside, and I'm sure whoever owns the building is upset because he trips, he dives into Bronson, and Bronson rolls into the wall, and then you see the big ass crater in the wall, and it's like, damn, somebody broke that.
Nice.
You gonna have to pay for that shit. So, Ace Austin does win the match.
Nice. I got a four way. This is part of Wrestling Revolver. Ace Austin versus Trey Miguel versus Lince Dorado versus Blake Christian, which he's in AEW now. Just losing matches. That's pretty much what he does in AEW now.
Well, he was winning. He wins in ROH, just
I don't watch
not at the other
ROH.
show.
I don't watch ROH. They should have different brackets. I don't watch ROH. But this was April 24th, 2022. Um, this is I think Trey Miguel was the X Division champion at the time, but this was for the Revolver Heavyweight Championship, which was held by Ace Austin. Uh, his girlfriend was is his manager in here too, and she got involved and she got kicked. So, crazy four-way high-flying match. Lince Dorado is extremely underrated. I actually really liked him when he was in WWE. I wish they used him more. He's actually a coach now, so he's a coach and wrestling coach. So basically, he does a lot of live shows and then he trains people in NXT. So yeah, he's been back, and he's actually been making costumes for people too. So he's the one that actually made the Grande Americano mask.
There's no coffee cup on it.
No coffee cup on it. But he made that mask. He's the one that created the mask. He's never said who told him to create it, but maybe it's him with the mask.
Maybe at Mania. It's him.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, this four way was extreme. It was fun. It is in a small ring too, which is hilarious because the way the match ends is Trey Miguel flies with a Meteora to Ace Austin, and he almost takes the whole distance of the ring. That's how small the ring was. And catches him with the Meteora, takes the win, and takes the title. But there's a lot of good offense in here. There's a lot of like his counter with that cartwheel counter from the corner. He does the cartwheel counter to dodge somebody, but then I think it was Trey Miguel catches him, goes for a German. He reverses that, and then let's say Dorado super kicks him. So it's a lot of like on the edge of the ring offense and stuff too. So a lot of good stuff. Definitely check this one out. I'll post it on the Facebook page, so definitely watch this one.
The second one I have is now this is a long title because there's a lot of people in this match. Facade versus Lee Moriarty versus Ace Austin versus Victor Benjamin versus Super Hentai versus Chris Luso. This is on the IndieWrestling.us YouTube. If you want to see it, does not have a name. They put it up July 1st, 2019. I don't know if this is actually accurate. It should be right because I think Lee was not in AEW in 2019 because they just started. He came way like a year, two
Yeah,
years later, maybe
yeah,
2 years. Um, this match is nonstop action from the beginning to the end. It's not super long. It's almost like a battle royal, but the way it's fought, it's in a way where it's never really more than two or three people in the ring at one time, so you never lose track of what's happening.
okay,
But I think it's kind of cool.
cool.
It's a six man where it's not just everybody going crazy. Special guest because I believe they're together is Victor Benjamin. His valet slash partner is Lady Frost,
Oh,
and
nice.
she shows up and she starts interfering in the match. I mean, and not for nothing, she's Jack, so what she does to people, it actually looks like it hurts. Um, and there's another lady that's this guy Facade. Now I don't know him like personally, but I have seen him like in some of the indie stuff that we watch. He's really good. I think he's a white dude, looks like, with long blonde dreads, and he usually wears neon green. And his nickname is the Neon Ninja.
Okay,
So I don't know if you've seen him or not, but like dude is nice. That's all I gotta
nice.
say. Like watch him wrestle, he is nice. Um, and basically it boils down to after everybody else gets their exposure, it is pretty much Lee Moriarty, Ace Austin, and Facade are basically like the stars of the match. Um, and as speaking of Lady Frost, she's kind of what distracts the 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 other guys and keeps them outside. Like they take turns diving on everybody, so everybody six dudes fly out of the ring into the crowd, and the venue is super super small. Um, the end of the match is a burning hammer
Damn, those moves
into
look
a
good.
coast to coast. It's yo, it's ridiculous. And Facade does it, and he beats Victor Benjamin. So there you go. It's kind of nuts.
Nice.
Like you should see this one.
All right, and my last one is another cap, aluminum. I can't even say the word. Another cap graduate. It's Johnny Silver versus Ace Dawson. This is CZW. This is about 8 years ago, so it's 2018, July 11th, 2018. This was not for a title, but these two go at it. It's hard to see if they were a tag team or not because they were wearing the exact same colors, which I always find funny when they actually look like a tag team. But a lot of crazy, again, high flying, a lot of strong style stuff with Johnny Silver. He goes for a gorilla press and gets reversed into a cutter, and that's how Ace Austin wins the match. It was
Yeah,
yeah, and like he sold the shit out of it too. It was, his head went straight down first. It was not cool. But it was nice seeing Johnny Silver again. I don't know what happened to him. Is he in ROH too? Lawson
I think he might
pregnatory
be.
of an ROH.
I think he might be doing matches in
Cause I
ROH.
seen
Yeah,
I see Reynolds and the other dude in ROH, so I'm guessing he's in ROH.
yeah, he might be running around.
Yeah, yeah. But that's my last match. Definitely check it out. I'll post all of them on the Facebook page when I get a shot. And your last one.
The last one I have is personally, I think might be the best one. Uh, hold on. It's Ace Austin versus Wheeler Yuta. Uh, that's really funny. Um, now they fought more than once. This one is, let's see what it says. This is a long one. Wheeler Yuta versus Ace Austin, PR Wrestling, and it does not have the date on it. Damn. It was uploaded February 7th, 2021, though.
Yeah.
So it's actually pretty recent. It is before Wheeler grew the beard, though.
Okay.
He still had his Bane jacket and his mask, which I didn't put two and two together. That's probably what it was. Um, so something happens in the beginning of the match where, like, because the crowd knows both guys, they start chanting for one of them, and then I think Wheeler's the hometown dude, and then Ace Austin makes this face,
Yeah.
and this like kind of like a whatever, and then when they first start grappling, he gets I'm not he's not really mad, but he's in character he's pissed off, and then he just shoves him, and then from then on, Wheeler Yuta just turns into Brian Daniels. I am not joking. Like this match is that good, and you can see, I guess, what Danielson saw was like, you know what, this guy's kind of crazy. Like this is a hard, like they hit hard. This is a hard hitting ass match. This like they both go into crabman stuff. Ace Austin starts trying to break his hand for some reason, just nasty. He does the thing with the card where he cuts in between your finger.
Hey.
Like they really sell the fact that they do not like each other.
Nice.
And like they turn up the aggression. It is really good. And you know what? It finishes like on a surprise, and Wheeler just catches him with a nasty STF, and he just taps. That's it.
Nice.
Like he fights it too, and like that, again, it's a lot of stuff here that when you see it, you're like, okay, I see why he's in the BCC, or he was until they turn into crazy people. So whatever. Anyway, he won the match.
I missed that version of the group. I don't like the current
Yeah,
version of the group.
yeah, same.
You know what they're missing? Ruling Regal.
And Brian Danielson.
Yeah, and Brian Danielson. But not the babyface one though. I mean, he was going and stomping people's heads in.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the one we need.
He says, "I will kick your effing head in." Yes.
Yes, we want that Daniel Bryan back, or the Earth Champion. I'm fine with that one too.
He
I liked it that one.
he needs Big Red next to him now.
Yeah, they're also quiet in space because they haven't been used in a while. The the White family.
Where's Alexa?
The reason why because Bo Dallas wasn't ready for Mania, and that's the reason why they kind of cut her plans.
Well, damn it, she
Because
just got
they
back.
were supposed to be all involved together in their plans. So I think it was. I think the original opponents for Raquel and Liv was gonna be Alexa and Nikki with the White Six with them. So,
I mean, are subject to change, but it's never been made official. So
but I think they had a whole I think they had a whole thing for it. Like they had a whole storyline going into it, and I think the fact that Bo couldn't participate in it, they wanted the whole package and not just one person. They could have teased it
boo.
still, but who knows?
I mean, what they got to do with Nikki though?
Yeah,
What they got? Alexa, she her own person. Just
yeah,
postpone it.
yeah. But again, they wanted them as the whole picture of it.
Yeah,
So
but I just want to see her because she came back. Like, come on, man. How many times
exactly
she been on TV since she came back? Twice?
twice. Yeah, that
Once?
was it. No, about three times.
Okay. All right.
But they didn't do nothing. She didn't wrestle either. She had like one match, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Just saying.
yeah, it's true. All right. We go into let's go Dynasty first because that was first. Um, I did not watch any of the kickoff stuff. I know Anthony Bowen's returned in it.
Good for him.
He has a new theme
Maybe he'll
song, and Billy Gunn.
slap some sense into his friend.
He did, and Billy
Oh,
Gunn
that's
was
what he did?
yeah.
Oh, no,
Uh,
he didn't slap sense into him because that guy's still over there talking about he's the
well, he
best
kicked
wrestler in
his
the world.
ass. He didn't really slap sense into him, but he kicked his
Okay.
ass.
All right.
So Dynasty we kick off with Will Ospreay versus Kevin Knight. This was the first round match of the Owen Hart tournament. I was a little my only gripe with the first round matches is the fact that it was a first round match and not like a finals match. So you really did not have to have this on the pay per view. Beyond that, match was good. Match was fun. But again, these matches did not have to be on the pay per view. You could have started this on Dynamite and had the finals on the pay per view. The ones that make the more important ones. But anyway, this is how they did it. I'm not gonna take away from the match itself. The match was actually really solid. Again, I just wish they they catered to the crowd more in building suspense and stuff like that instead of just getting right back up and going to the next move and things. But that's Will Ospreay, and that's kind of how they wrestle. But I'll just say that'll be my little things that bring the score down. So I give this match a 4.25, and it was a fun match though. It was very fun.
Uh, I think it was a good introduction to AEW for Knight because he hasn't been there long,
Yeah,
so they can see how good he is. And he's been at it for at least like 3 or 4 years at a high level. Because remember he was in New Japan.
yeah. I remember in New Japan.
He was with the other time cop.
Yeah. He was with Kushida.
Yes, so
Yeah.
he's got a pedigree, and he was in TNA.
I remember him in TNA. I remember seeing him in TNA.
Um, so I know he was good. Good to see him versus Osprey. Hopefully they fight again for something more. I mean, it's not like it wasn't prestigious. It's just hopefully the next time maybe it's for a number one contendership
Yeah.
or a championship.
Or the finals of a
Uh,
tournament.
true. I mean, that's just kind of the same thing of a
Yeah.
number one contendership. You
Yeah.
when you get the championship or the match. But I say I give it a 4.25 as well. Uh, was there anything that really bugged me? No. I do think some of the stuff they did was cool though. I will say there was some original. As much as you can say, oh man, I've seen everything. I will say, Knight does have a unique way of doing certain things, and there
Yeah.
was a few things during that match that he did that was like that's cool because nobody does it that way.
Yeah. I'll give it credit. Um, but yeah, I'll stick with the 4.25 though of that match. Again, I will say in this card there's maybe four matches I say they didn't have to be on the pay per view, and this
But
would be
then
the
it
first.
wouldn't be
Yeah.
it wouldn't be an AEW show that has
Yeah.
20 matches on the card.
Exactly.
You
But
know that.
again, I'm going by my time limit of having to watch a 4.5 hour TV show, wrestling show. So I'm going into this, and then this second match did not have to be on a pay per view. I honestly did not give a fuck about this match. But it gives the Hurt Business something to do, Syndicate or whatever they want to be called right now. Match number 2 is the Tag Team Championship. It's Hurt Syndicate versus Big Bill and Keith. Daniel Bryan's son's favorite wrestlers. is Keith.
Oh, good for him. I mean, the match wasn't very like long or anything, so that's good. Uh, I just don't have the care for that team because I think that Jericho, to me anyway, too much of the front of that thing, and it wasn't really about Big Bill.
Yeah,
And Brian Keith had to make his own way, so that shows how good his personality is. That you know who he is from not knowing who he is to being in that group.
yeah.
So props to him for trying for shining. Um, it was an okay match. I give it no more than a 3.5. I would say my favorite parts of the match were when Big Bill was turning up because that's what I like to see. Is you know I remember when he wasn't as jacked and he wasn't as angry looking. So good for him and good to see him moving. It's just I wish he's one of those guys that's like that's if you would just give him time and leave him alone, like not put him with people, he could be a champ of some sort. And they never do it.
Sadly, the closest time I think was in Impact, and then he decided to go to AEW
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That
because
is
he
true.
was getting a
That
really big
was
push. Yeah,
that is true. And he looked it. He looked the part, and he was coming off the part.
kept doing Cardona on his merch and Brian Myers on his merch stands. Bullshit.
I know they're happy. He's not. They don't have to worry about that now.
Yeah. I'm gonna go 3 with this match. I just didn't care, but it did what it had to do for her syndicate, I guess. So, and then you had also the MJF storyline with them as well because he was in the crowd watching the match.
Ref
So,
was never going to see that. Never going to see that.
yeah. Match. What's the next match? Oh, match 3 was again on Heart tournament. This was round 1 of the ladies. This is Mercedes Monet versus Julia Hart. I actually liked the match. It was very solid. Again, my same thing comment with the Hart Foundation tournament. Didn't have to be on this card, but they showcased it and probably one of Hart's best matches. So I'll go 4-2-5 with this one too.
This one I give a 4. I thought it was just more than a solid match. I think, like you said, this is one of Hart's best matches. Uh, I don't think it was one of Monet's best in AEW so far, but because they had a few boo-boos
Yeah,
that I would take something off if I had to take any points off. But like I think it was still solid. I do have an issue with Julia in this match because she's not done being spooky,
yeah.
and she was not spooky at all in this match.
I guess she lost it.
Not even one time. She
Yeah,
didn't like eat a hit and then keep coming forward. She didn't do anything. No lights went off. No black goo coming out of her eyes. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. Nothing.
yeah,
Just like they forgot her character. It just made her wear that cool outfit for
yep,
nothing. So that's kind of my issue. The presentation of the wrestler during the match is like, aren't you a spooky wrestler?
yep. They forget characters, I guess.
So that's
You
maybe the
know, I'm
biggest
gonna
thing I
bring
could
my
take
score
away.
down to 4. Yeah, I just realized that. Yeah, no spookiness, no none of what the character was. But again, it was a solid match for her. Match 4, trios title. Another match I honestly did not care for is the Death Riders versus Dax, Edge, and FTR and Edge or Cope or whatever you want to call him. Best part of it was the ending.
His name is Adam.
The Cope.
Nah, that's not me.
Yeah.
I'm not with that.
He always be Edge. Even
I
when
don't mind.
I see him in the
I don't mind
Vikings.
call.
Even
I don't mind calling him by his first name.
even when I seen him in Vikings, he was Edge. He was in the show
Yes.
Vikings.
Even when he was in the Highlander.
Yeah,
Oh,
got his
that's
head
Edge.
chopped off. Yeah, the highlight was the end of the match. For the rest of the match, I honestly, I don't remember too much, so I'm gonna just stick with 3 because I don't remember too much of the match.
I give it a 3-5. It was a solid TV match. That's basically what it was.
Yeah.
The entire thing.
So
It
I
was
guess it
like
could have been
something
on
like
TV.
could have been on Collision.
Yeah.
And it would have been just as good. Yeah, that again, the end was the best part.
Yeah.
I do like the little swerve in I don't know if that's an inside joke between them two, but yes. So Edge is officially dead. But wait, he come back like 2 days later?
No, he isn't gonna return yet.
Okay, all right. Just making sure.
They went to beat up Tony Schiavone and McGuinness got in the way.
Oh no, they hurt Nigel?
No, Nigel was willing to fight them because they was about to hurt Tony Schiavone,
They
and
didn't
they
they
left
didn't
the
beat
ring.
up Nigel, did they?
No, they didn't. They left the ring.
Okay, all right. That's all I care about.
Match. What you give that match? You said three
Three
five.
five, three five.
Okay, I go
Yeah,
with three.
good.
Match five is the AEW Women's Championship. Tony Storm versus Megan Bayne. Solid match. I had little issues here and there, but for the most part, it was a fun. It was Tony Storm match. I give it a four.
Me, I think that was the best match. Close to the best match of the night. Best women's match. It made sense to be on the card. Maybe it should have main evented. I'm just saying, because you can keep on pushing Moxley that agenda. I don't feel like that's championship stuff that I'm watching. Just saying. Um, Especially not with that ending. Ugh.
Yeah,
Uh, sorry. This match I gave a 4 or 5. I thought it was a great match. I thought they actually. So here's the difference. So her character was presented as this big imposing woman in Megan Bayne.
yeah,
What was she during that match? She was a big imposing woman that couldn't be beat by just trying to beat her up. You had to do something else to her, and Tony had to use her brain.
yeah,
The only part I would take away from is, again, what we affectionately call Jock's Watch. Uh, Even Tony Storm. Why you gotta fix your gear every 5 seconds? Jock's Watch.
yep, yep.
Just get better gear. This woman, listen. If you're in the ring with a woman with giant boobies who never has to fix her thing, I'm just saying she's doing something right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, so ask her what she's doing.
there you go. Fletcher versus Briscoe. This is Owen Hart tournament round one. Solid match. I go four too. It was solid. Same comment with the tournament
Uh,
matches, but it could have been on Collision or Dynamite. But I enjoyed it.
this one I give a 4. I thought it was uh, beyond solid. Like, again, yeah, I understand. Great TV match. It's
Yeah,
what you call it. Great TV match.
yeah,
Um, I think it's not really anything. It's just it didn't hit the heights for me, but I could tell like they was going for it. Uh, they need to stop trying to kill this guy though.
yeah,
Just saying,
yep.
they be beating him up. Like
Mhm.
he be getting his ass whipped. The chicken guy be getting his ass whipped.
Yeah. Match number 7, ROH title Jericho versus Bandito.
I didn't watch this match.
I did, and it wasn't that special. It was good for Bandito to win it, and his family was there, so they tried to do what the Penta thing when he debuted with the celebration and then bringing the family and things like that. Pretty much what they tried to do. But other than that, I don't really need to see Jericho fighting right now. Like I need separation from Jericho for a while. So I'm gonna go three. I'll go three with this match. It did what it could do. Match 8 is the TNC Championship. This is Garcia versus Cole. Cole wins. Again, another a solid title match. I'll go 4 as well.
I think it was a good match. I
Yeah,
think also because they had the previous ones and then fed into the story. Because then you get Daddy Magic telling him that's how he beat you. He had two extra chances to learn, your moves and whatnot.
Yeah,
So he's like, don't be upset. But it was good.
it was
I
good.
do like the counters. I would say it was maybe a bit excessive having to do what is it, Panama Sunrise like four times in the match. It's like,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right. Maybe open up the moveset a little bit. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Rubbernecks.
Yeah, it's just those types of moves. It's like, come on, bro. You landed on your head supposedly. Like, can you not always kick out? Or
I feel the same way.
Can
Yeah,
you not do it three times and then make the move itself look useless? It's like what are you trying to teach me here? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. Tell me the story uh of you having this devastating move that you only use at one point instead of having to use it three times. I think maybe then it's time to pick a new one. You know what I mean?
yeah, pretty much.
That's how I feel. So anyway,
We go to the second to last match is the International Championship match. Oh, Adam Cole, new champion. International Championship match. This is Omega versus Ricochet versus Speedball. This was my favorite match of the night, and I think it had a lot of character fit, and it was a lot of fun, and made me laugh a lot of the time. So I'm going to go this one at 5, and this was the match of the night for me.
yep, pretty much agree. 100%. I don't think it's a five match. I think it was the best match of the night. And I think once again, Ricochet defying expectations, just being a dirtbag,
Yeah,
a guy you want to see get beat up, and him getting kicked in the head with the headset on is still hilarious. There's too many little moments that happen in that match.
yeah, and that's one thing I give a lot of credit to him. Like he knows how to make those meme kind of moments, and that's something that he does a lot, and that's something that people don't realize that he's been doing. You remember his matches because of those little things that he fucking does. They are more memorable than this whole card. Like I could tell you how many times I watched the Ricochet thing over everything else that happened on this card.
True, true.
So he's doing something right, and I kudos to him. Like I actually enjoying his heel run. The spots with the smacking in the head, and then also it happening on Dynamite was hilarious. And the whole thing with Will Ospreay, like here, have fun. That's a lot. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of funny videos of it.
Yep.
So this was my favorite match of the night. So I keep it that way. Omega retains. Or you give it.
I give it a five.
Okay, cool. And the last match is the AEW World Championship, Mox versus Swerve. Uh,
I think everything in the match was great except the end.
I agree.
Honestly,
I agree. And the winner. It could have been just Mox winning. Mox losing. We need a new champ. But it was okay. It was like again the Young Bucks coming in, and then their explanation was kind of dumb on the next night. So I just didn't care in that point. So it is what it is. But I'm gonna go forward with the match. The match itself was solid into then.
I think it was good. I think it was more than good. I think they go well together. They show you they can have a match without the extreme violence being the main point with Mox and with Swerve because they're both capable.
Yeah,
I mean, so I kind of feel like that would have been like the next step was setting up one of those hardcore matches between them for the title. But now we got to go all through this whole thing with the EVP showing up.
yep,
Um, the only thing I would really take away from the match besides the ending is the ladder thing because it just seemed forced.
yeah,
The way they were trying to, how he got Swerve to go up the ladder. If you're knocking me out, why am I still going up?
yeah.
It's just little things like that. It's like there's different ways you could do that. It could have just been Swerve just trying to kill him. You know what I'm saying? It could have just been a spot where Mox was on the table. Swerve was like, "I'm gonna try to kill you." That's it.
I also have a big problem with the AEW refs in this whole pay per view.
Oh Lord.
That's the
I
other
just
big
stopped.
fucking
I
thing.
stopped talking about it because you just expect that they're bad.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
extremely bad.
I give. the most credit to Aubrey, but she's also literally one of the biggest offenders of like I didn't see that, and it's like yeah, yeah, you did. You know, because the other two, forget about it.
Yeah.
Forget about it. Like dude got in the swerve match.
Yeah.
You know how refs are made out of paper. Dude got slammed into twice during the match accidentally, and it wasn't a part of the story. So you saw the ref just play it off. I'm like, bro, you should be dead.
Yep.
You should be dead. When Swerve like kneecapped him, like grazed him, I
Yeah.
was like, oh no, his leg's gonna break in half. Bro just took a step back. I was like, what? What?
I
All
also
right.
had like a big thing is like why is every Moxley match becoming a DQ match? Like it's like set default. When you're gonna fight Moxley is DQ, no DQ because the ref has no power. And that's one thing they do is like the referees have no power in these fucking situations. They don't even beg the guy like come on man, please. It's just like nothing. They get no countouts. They let the weapons happen. The ladder it would have been that would have been a DQ using the ladder, and that was used. Everything outside the ring, there was no count out. Like if I really go to nitpick every fucking thing the ref did throughout this card, like it's really fucking bad. So that's something that's been like really, really fucking annoying.
I
But
will say the other thing that bothers me in tandem with the refs is the authority figure because John Moxley has Drew beat the shit out of him. The
yeah,
authority figure, he can't do anything. He can't say, "Hey man, I'm disqualifying you. I'm taking the championship away if you cheat again." Nothing because they just beat his ass. He just goes away.
yeah. So
There's nobody to tell him what to do. That's 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 bullshit.
yeah. But
Not good. Not good.
overall preview, we give it.
I don't know. What I give it? C plus 3.75, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna go C plus because there's a lot of issues, and then if I go with the ref, it's gonna be more, and I'm gonna just bring down all the scores because of the ref. Besides the triple threat, which triple threats are no DQ, they're allowed to do whatever the fuck they did.
True.
When you're 1-on-1 and there's no stipulation on the match, it's supposed to be a regular ass match, and all that shit happens. So I'm just like, whatever. It is. It's set to default. When you're fighting John Moxley, it's gonna be a no DQ match. That's probably one
No
of the
DQ.
things that is in that briefcase with the title.
No DQ. Blood on. Yes.
Um, we got AEW. Do you want to just do predictions and then end the
Hmm.
show, or you want to do
Hmm.
the week of
Yeah,
wrestling
that's
predictions? All
fine.
right. So we go. We're running that roll. All
Do
that
you have
happened.
any major moment that happened in the weeks we
I liked
so
the whole anything. NXT was extremely solid. Um,
yeah, NXT was good both weeks. I think best shows both weeks NXT.
yeah, I think that was an extremely solid show. Jada Parker and Jordan Grace was fun. Besides the little boo boos they had, it was a great match.
Hmm.
Went to no contest, so it looks like they're both going for that title.
And Julia,
Julia, and then Julia going heel,
she's not. No, no,
or
no.
just going for the
She's
title.
just mad. They're
Yeah.
friends. They beat each other up. That's what they do.
She said sorry and then headbutt her right in the face.
Oh, there you go.
Not crazy about Dark State.
Yeah, they don't. They need a real mouthpiece. I think a real mouthpiece in a real direction. Like I think it would be better if they were like secretly Ava's. I'm tired of everybody not listening to me type of deal.
I agree. I agree with that.
Like that would be something cool. Uh, I still don't. I don't know. Do they make it clear that the guy with the do rag is the leader?
No, they haven't made a clear notion of who's the leader or not. The only
Okay.
my big thing is like again, if you're gonna try to see like you see yourselves like the Shield, look at how the Shield wrestled and look how the Shield like kept people in corners. They were relentless. Like if one was off, the other ones are on. Like they did not let go. As in these guys, they look like I don't know.
It
I
just
can't take
happened a
them
tag
serious.
match.
I don't find them. I don't think they're threatening, and I don't take them serious. This you got one guy that looks like Jamie Foxx's friend in the hotel on the Jamie Foxx show. I can't take him serious. I cannot take him serious. I think of him when I see his face. The other one, I don't know. He just looks like a small thug. The other dude looks like generic wrestler number one, and then the other one looks like generic ethnic wrestler number one. So
He looks like
it's
small Barbatua. That's what he looks like.
yeah. So it was a lot of things that just it just don't click with that. The quarter cash crew looks more threatening than them,
Yeah,
and that's not making
but
fun of them. I just think they're more threatening than them.
yeah, it's the way they present it. Also, like you just don't want to get messed up by them
Yeah,
because they got Charlie Dempsey telling them all that evil
yeah,
stuff to do to you.
yeah. So I would say look at Shield tape and look how they cornered people because if you look at the Shield and how they used to jump people, they were relentless. One was grabbing your ankle. If you knocked one of them down, they were grabbing your ankle, fucking still punching you in the leg and shit. So like shit like that. That's how the Shield worked. One gets thrown off, the other two are on you, and they all keep gathering like a bunch of back like a wild hyenas on your ass. These look like again a bunch of generic things. It looks like something out of fucking WWE 2K game. Like honestly, it looks like a creative like the what was that guy's name? Fucking something Blade in the fucking game. He's like the generic fucking character that's in it. That's usually your best friend, but
No,
it's a rivalry.
they just look like toned down. What you call it?
Yeah,
Retribution. That's basically it.
yeah. It looks like Retribution. I give that. At least Ali was in that group. At
It's
least they
to,
had
it's
cool mask. Retribution.
did they did they
I don't know.
did
I
they
like the mask better than these.
did they? The mask drove Mercedes Martinez away. It's like, nah, I can't do this shit.
Nah, she was like, nah, B, this ain't happening.
It's no.
But yeah, NXT was rocking. I also like the Soroka versus Jasmine Nix. I thought that was actually a pretty solid match as well.
Yep.
I like the fact that they're building that
I
tag
like
division.
I
I
like
like,
Zarya and whatchamacallit too, Last Legend.
yeah, that was actually really good too. So we got good stuff on NXT. Monday Night Raw. We kind of been saying that it's gonna be Balor Dom, uh, Breaker and Penta for the IC title, and that actually got 100% put in. So I'm happy with that match. And why do you gotta cook Carlito like that?
I mean, he
He
shouldn't
was
have been standing there.
he was just looking to see what was happening. He was minding his business. You know what? Carlito just stay in the back and play his video game.
He's officially dead.
Yeah, he hasn't got up. He's still probably laying on the floor.
There'll
Go
be a
check him
funeral. There'll be a funeral for him shortly. Him and Jordan Grace.
Yeah.
They both died on wrestling.
I'll say things that kind of Bailey Lyra Valkyrie was a really good match. I like the little
Mhm.
tease in the end, but they line up being going to get the tag team titles. Grande Americano also won his second match with the Creed brothers. Love the promo with Jey Uso. That was a really highlight thing. New Day getting a DQ.
Yeah, and then
Um,
Gunther beating his the week before, beating the crap out of the champion.
yeah, which really brought back interest. Like I don't say interest because I was interested in this match already, but a lot of people were losing interest on it, and I think that what really restarted that match to be really personal. And I like that they did that. Pentadom was solid. Also, the showing the IC title on the highlight as the main event kind of thing, it was good. And then Punk, Seth, and all that stuff was pretty cool.
Yeah, him talking about the wise man and him revealing what the favor is, and Roman Reigns being like, "You guys are stupid."
Yeah, but we got that. Any highlights in AEW? Monster Sabata was alright.
Megan Vane's outfit on Collision.
There you go.
No, I feel bad for Shibata because he's a legend,
Yeah,
and apparently he got beat by Moxley in 5 minutes.
yeah, he did. I liked the Thunder Rosa stat line there. I thought that was solid.
Okay, good, good. Was that a qualifying
Yeah,
match?
that was our first rounder. On Hart.
So so who won?
Statlander.
Oh, okay. All right.
And Tony Storm seems to like Statlander a lot.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Because she's not a jerk right now.
There was nothing really else highlighted with this. To be honest with you, I'm not crazy about what's going. Oh, you had the $400,000 explosive 8-man tag, which was fun. Briscoe, Bailey, Knight, and Osprey beat Ricochet, Beast Mortis, Leo Rush, and Action Andretti. I like the promos before it because they remind me of the old school Survivor Series promos, and they were pretty much talking about what they're gonna use for the money, use the money for.
Hmm.
Osprey saying Disneyland. They all kind of say their own thing, and then Briscoe saying, "I think I'm gonna like invest and stuff," and actually had like a really smart answer for it. So he's gonna fix his portfolio and stuff like that. So it was funny stuff like that, and the match was a lot of fun. Other than that, that's I could say the round one stuff of Owen Hart was a solid match, and you had more of the matches on Collision. Highlights on SmackDown. I'll say the Gauntlet match. Gauntlet match was really fun. I wish they highlighted more tag teams instead of having Bailey and Lila the whole time. I would have liked a couple mix of the tags to actually represent and get some wins. But I thought it was solid. I thought they actually ran well.
That was weird. Yeah. Why did they win?
Oh,
Like they had so many established tag teams.
yeah.
Why did they win?
I was actually not for
Unless,
not yeah.
unless, I mean, unless that's like you said, planting the seeds. Unless
Yeah.
Billy's gonna turn on her and beat her ass.
I think that's what might happen. I think Liv and Raquel retain and Bailey attacks Lyra, Valkyrie and stuff. But I want to highlight Maxine. Maxine fucking looked awesome in her little run that she had. She's getting better every time she's in that ring, and the funny thing I catch with her is the fact that she's being trained by Otis. So a lot of her moves look like she's a big person doing the moves. And I give her a lot of credit for it because it makes me laugh because she's imitating Otis. So I always find this funny, like that. I actually appreciate that because it keeps storyline that she is being trained by Otis. So Otis and Tozawa, but most of her mannerisms is coming from Otis. So she goes for
Hmm.
like those big clotheslines. She goes for those big moves that Otis would do, but she's a lot smaller doing it. But she does it anyway. So it's funny. It's a funny little like notch to that. It is still not clear with the Randy Orton match, which I'm hoping is Nick Aldis, but it looks like it might be Solo Sakura. Um, but he don't want a match, so I'm fine with that. I like Solo, and I wish they did more with him. Zelina Vega, Chelsea Green,
Well, just remember, he's kind of coming down off of being like the main bad guy for a long time.
yeah. I'll say Zelina Vega, Chelsea Green match was solid. It landed up in a count out, and Zelina wins, so they're fighting in a 6 woman tag and Friday SmackDown. I'm hoping that they slide a U.S. Championship match in the Mania card. Again, I want all the titles to be defended, so hopefully the tag and U.S. title, ladies U.S. title, find a way in there. If not, I think they're gonna do it as the Friday SmackDown before Mania, and
I mean,
they
did
can do
they
that.
announce anything for the pre-show? Like, there's
They
usually
don't do
one.
pre-show anymore. They haven't been doing pre-shows like that no more.
Oh, damn.
Everything is on the card. They have not been doing that anymore. So that's the reason why I'm saying it's not gonna pre-show, but they'll do Friday Night SmackDown, and they'll present it like a WrestleMania, the SmackDown before WrestleMania, and they'll highlight that as their SmackDown before Mania because the Andre is on there.
Because
So
that's what they. So what? That's like the third year in a row
yeah, they're
they've
third
done
year
that.
what they
Third
doing
or
that.
fourth.
Yeah. So
Okay.
and you had a tag team championship match, but I'm hoping that all the tag teams get involved and it lines up being a big match in Mania. So, and it looks like they are doing that because there's a lot of tag teams like getting mixed in the batch too. I like the Miz and Carmelo Hayes stuff. I think it's actually working good. I like Miz and him kind of promoting with each other. And again, anything Miz touch, he can make something happen with it. So I'm actually digging to see how they're gonna tag team together and find their way into the title match. I wouldn't be surprised they win it either.
And what about Solid Snake Drew McIntyre?
Yeah, that's gonna be a big one. They beat the shit out of each other, and yes, we got Solid Snake, Snake Plissken, uh, from Escape from New York. Phoenix, another great match for Phoenix. I did like the whole Cody Rhodes program with all the titles. Roxanne Perez and Tiffany was a solid match as well. Roxanne been on a losing streak, but I feel like her push is coming right after Mania. Um, and then you had Orton, Knight, Solo Sakura, and Tamatonga, solid match. And then Jay Fatu beats up LA Knight at the end and licks the title. He's like licking a penny. I'll highlight Collision because the one things I will say 100% that was my favorite parts of Collision were the Owen Hart matches. Uh, Jamie Hayter, Billy Starks, amazing match. They fucking went at it. That was a really good match. You had also Megan Bain in a 2-on-1 handicap match showing her strength, and that's pretty much how you should book her right now and build her into that powerhouse. But make sure you make her that powerhouse when you when you have her fight other people too.
True.
Um, AR Fox Knight, solid match, but I just hate when they use certain people that you know for a fact are gonna lose. So AR Fox, uh, Brian, what's his name? Blake, Griffin, whatever his name is, Blake Christian. Those guys, you know, they're gonna lose matches. So like, it's like Brian Cage. When I see Brian Cage in a match, I don't expect him to win. I have no hope for him. And when he wins, it surprises me. It makes me happy, but he doesn't win. So I feel like when you put AR Fox with a match and someone, or even that dude Blake and Christian, I know they're gonna lose the match, as it is to highlight the person. So like the returning Anthony Bowes for Christian, and Bowes won. Um, and then the other Owen Hart match, Harley Cameron and Athena, very good match, very solid match. Athena wins. I thought it was gonna be a. I thought Monet and Athena was gonna fuck each other over in the tournament and have the TBS title picture with that, but they did not do that. So let's see who wins now. And Takesha versus Brody King, solid match.
Wait, but who won with
Uh,
Billy?
Athena. No,
No, no, Billy.
Jamie Hayter.
Oh, so yeah, if Billy's not in it, then maybe she will
Yeah,
turn on Athena. Hmm. Hmm.
but yeah, the Owen Hart matches highlighted Collision, very good matches. Probably one of the best Jamie Hater matches I've seen in a bit because I haven't really been paying attention to her. So I'm happy to see her that she's back in track for stuff. And then I'll shout out TNA. They had some really good stuff for Ethan Page going for the main title. Um, he had a promo with Frank Kazarian. He had again I highlighted Ali versus Ace Austin, incredible match. Definitely check it out. Yeah, Moose versus Cody Deaner. He beat his ass. Um, the Rascals versus JDC and Brian Myers. That was solid as well. They're also showing the system, proving themselves to stay as a team. And they made a big announcement for the international championship that they're building. Leon Slater versus Ryan Nemeth. That was solid. And then the main event was Eddie Edwards versus Macklin, and Eddie Edwards wins, but it was with the help of Eddie with Eric Young. So it was a solid show there. Let's go to WrestleMania predictions. I have the card here. So so far, what they have, night one is 7 matches. I don't think they're gonna see. I feel like there's space for one more match there. So if you could put the U.S. Championship on night one and maybe the tag title on night two, I think you're good. But let's see. So far, what we have is all right. First match: El Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio.
Is his match sponsored?
No, it's not.
Oh, Rey Mysterio is gonna lose.
I think Rey's losing.
He always wins sponsored matches at WrestleMania. So.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Yeah, he did.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, if I have a feeling Ray might actually win because this might be closing his like last WrestleMania or something like that. So he might win to unmask Gable, and I think that's how he wins the match. I think he'll probably win by like count out because he gets the mask off and he runs out the ring.
Okay.
Um, the New Day versus War Raiders. World Tag Team Championships on the line.
I hope they win. I hope the New Day wins.
The New Day wins.
Yes.
Jade Cargill versus Naomi.
Uh, I would like it to be Naomi because then I feel like it doesn't end.
Yeah,
Obviously, he wins, but I think maybe the next chapter will be with Jade and Bianca. So I think Jade is gonna win.
I have a feeling Jade wins. I think there's gonna be a lot of character. I'm actually looking. Hopefully, they change her entrance because they kind of had Naomi with the same theme. So I want her to get like a new personality, new entrance, and everything. But then again, I don't trust Def Rebel, so who knows? Sometimes they get a good theme here and there. Sometimes they don't. But Jade Cargill, I got winning. United States Championship match: Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight.
I think it's about time Jacob got a championship. So I think it's gonna be Jacob taking the U.S. title.
It depends on Randy Orton's situation. He lines up fighting Solo. If not, I have a big feeling Solo might fucking fuck his championship up, and I think LA Knight stays.
Okay.
Women's World Championship. Tiffany versus Charlotte.
Um, Listen, based on the story that they've told so far, I have no reason to believe I know who's gonna win
Yeah,
because it hasn't really made anything clear. Um, so it's just a guess. I'm guessing that Tiffany wins.
I say Tiffany retains, but then again, it's Charlotte Flair, and I don't know. She has a mix. She wins and loses, so she has won, she has lost. So
I mean, it's not like she has the same division to go through.
yeah,
That's the whole reason you want Charlotte to win is so she can wrestle everybody that's new.
yeah. You
But
know,
like, I don't know if they convince me that she's just gonna run away with it.
yeah, I have a big feeling Charlotte's winning. I have a big feeling Charlotte's winning. World Heavyweight Championship match: Gunta versus Jey Uso.
It'd be a hell of a thing if Gunther won. You know that
Yeah,
people would hate that man. I think I changed my mind.
yeah.
I think Gunther's gonna retain.
I got Jey winning. I feel like where do you go with Jey after this if he doesn't win this match?
Redemption story. He's got to go crawl from the bottom, but I feel like the way they had him being so shaky,
Yeah,
and to get to the point where he can say, "I'm stop, I'm not afraid of you."
yeah,
It's like you don't need to not be afraid of him. You need to beat him.
yeah,
If he just beats his ass, that'd be just ugh. Because I don't. You know what? He's got to win. You can't have him lose. You know what? Jay's gonna win because you can't have him lose and then have Cody lose.
yeah,
Everybody will be sad. Can't do that.
yeah. And I think that match is gonna kick off.
So yeah, maybe I changed my mind. Jay's gonna win.
And the main event, uh, most likely they should just put Paul Heyman in a pole match because it's just
Yes, there you go.
CM
Hanging
Punk
out,
versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins.
hanging out with Judy Bagwell.
I think Seth Rollins is winning.
You think so?
I think he's winning because of Paul Heyman. I think Paul Heyman sides with Seth Rollins.
That'd be interesting because that'd be definitely somewhere for them to go. But I think we never got CM Punk fully with Paul Heyman on TV, right? That never happened back in the day, did it?
Yeah, he had
Oh,
a
it
whole
did.
run. Yeah, he had a whole run with Paul Heyman.
Oh,
When he
so
fought
okay.
Taker, he was with Paul Heyman.
See, I didn't. Again, I wasn't watching this,
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
don't even.
yeah.
All right, so I guess, yeah, I guess so. All right, so let's go with Seth Rollins.
Night two. So I feel like we might get one more match on this side of the card, and I think we're gonna get maybe two more matches on the next one. just because I feel Randy Orton's still gonna get a match, and I still feel the tag title should be up for grabs somewhere in here. The SmackDown tags. So right now there's only 6 matches. You start off with the women's tag team championships. You had Live Valkyrie and Bailey versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez.
I think Liv and Raquel are retaining.
I think they're retaining too. And I think we will have shenanigans with Bailey, and I think Bailey will turn on Lyra Valkyrie. Or you know what? I would change that. Have Valkyrie turn on Bailey. Give her some more edge and let her go heel. Because we've seen Bailey heel, and I think she could be the baby face of that. Because I feel like going heel with Bailey is the easy answer. Going heel with Lyra Valkyrie would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have Lyra jump on Bailey. I don't know why. I just don't trust her. I don't trust them wings. Anyway, AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. I hope.
AJ's losing that match unless he goes back to black jeans. That's all I'm saying.
I want AJ to win, and I'm just gonna be biased and just pick AJ Styles. I just want him to win. I don't care about Logan Paul. So AJ Styles, come on, just beat his ass. Sin City Street Fight: Drew McIntyre, aka Snake Plissken, versus Damian Priest.
I think Drew's gonna win. He needs to win something. I mean, I
Yeah,
get that he's kind of been beating Priest's ass almost every week up until now, but I still feel that the whole story is that he keeps losing these matches because of something else. So you know what? I think at WrestleMania he finally wins one match. I mean,
uh,
but then again, you know what? He's made so many people mad. I don't know if a match with no disqualification is gonna ever end in his favor.
yeah.
So
I think Priest wins. I think he needs some momentum because he kind of just went back down the card. So I feel like you give him momentum to get back into that title picture. I could actually see him being one of Cena's first opponents too. Intercontinental Championship match for the 4-way match. You got the Penta, you got Braun Breaker, you got Finn Balor, and you got Dominic Mysterio. I've been saying this for a while. I think Dominic Mysterio is winning the IC title at WrestleMania.
yep, let's see it. I
I
want to see
think
it.
I think we see this return of JD, and he
Well, if
helps.
that happens, then Finn Balor wins.
I think we see the return of JD, and he helps Dom win.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I think if JD comes back, then Finn's winning.
I think Dominic is winning the IC title. I just think he is. I wouldn't pass Penta getting the title. I wouldn't pass it because it'll be a big babyface thing.
Hmm.
But I think Dom is ready for the IC title. He hasn't had a singles title on the main roster, so he had it on NXT. He didn't have it on the main roster, so I think Dom wins. Who you got?
That's my pick.
You put Dom? Okay. And women's world championship match, you got Bianca Belair, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley. This was a hard one.
I th- I just think it might depend on who wins between Charlotte and Tiffy because I think having Charlotte and Bianca champs at the same time will start a rivalry between them, which is what I think most people wanted anyway.
Yeah. Um.
As to who's the better champ, because I know there's story stuff with Jade and there's story stuff with Naomi. I feel like her winning puts that more into the spotlight, obviously, because she's a champ. She'll be the champ,
Yeah.
and that'll be bigger. This has already become one of the better stories, thanks to Naomi. But I just want Io to win.
Yeah.
Who do I want to win? I want Io to win. I want Io to beat up both of them.
Uh. I got Bianca.
And I want Oscar to come back and help her. That's what I want.
I would like
And
to see
Kyrie.
Asuka back. Yes, I would like to see both of them back. I think Bianca wins. She hasn't held the singles title in quite some time, about a year and a half. Um, again, like we were just saying, the storylines, how they gonna pace itself afterwards. I think Bianca's, I think, the right choice. And our last match, the Undisputed World WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes versus John Cena.
John Cena's gonna win. Has to.
I think he wins. If I wouldn't, I wouldn't pass Cody retaining, but I think there's so much going into this. I think John Cena's winning.
I think he's gonna win, and Kevin Owens in a wheelchair is gonna show up.
And trip.
He's
Damn.
gonna play his. He's gonna play his music from the entrance. He's gonna roll down the long ass WrestleMania ramp and just sit there and stare at him.
I told
Cody's
you.
just Cody's just gonna be like, "What the hell are you? Go home."
All right. That's our WrestleMania predictions. We'll see what happens next weekend. It's gonna be crazy. Oh, does Stand Deliver have a deliver? Does it have a full card? Because we could do that one fast
They
too.
have a picture. They have the picture.
All right. Mm,
No, it doesn't look like it.
it
They
doesn't.
have all the matches. It only has three. It looks like.
Yeah. So I don't think this card would be ready by. I think it would be ready on Tuesday.
Hmm.
Well, we tried. Anyway. All right. So we go to the podcast we listen to. Shout out to Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. They got a lot of good sales on their website, so definitely check their stuff out. Um, Chris Van Vliet, he has some good interviews with Kevin Owens, and this was right before he. It was right before SmackDown that he talked about his injury, so he didn't really talk about that because one of the things he said was, "I'm surprised that my body held up this long," and then he gets hurt.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that was kind of sad. But it was a very good interview. Definitely check that one out. Um, he had. It was someone else that he had. He has Chelsea Green and Chelsea Green next week.
Okay.
So there you go. And I think his special guest for the Vegas show is gonna be R-Truth.
Yeah, I saw the picture.
Yeah. So that was good. There was another one he had. Oh, yeah, Gabriel Iglesias. That was who he had. Samoa Joe
Okay.
was on the week before. That was like a good interview.
Hmm.
So definitely check that out. I did listen to Busted Open stuff. I did not get to listen to any of the stuff they had any guests with, but I did listen to like their Dynasty Fallout and things like that. All right. Last but not least, we have the wrestling retrospect, and is your pick. Who you got?
Let's see. Um, I was thinking about we did Ace Austin, we did Chris Bay already.
Yes.
Let's see. You know what? Since it's WrestleMania season, did we do HBK?
I think we did. I don't think we did. I think we stood away from a lot of the bigger names, like a lot of like Brett. We took a while to do Brett. We did a while to be Stone Cold. We did not pick HBK.
So there you go.
All right, Heartbreak Kid. It is. I'll say one of my favorite matches of his is in '96 with Mankind. Him and Mankind had a really crazy world title match.
Was that on TV or was that on
That was a
WrestleMania?
pay per view. I think it was in your house.
Okay.
Good stuff. All right. That's it. Wrap this up. This is the Wrestling Babble podcast. Thank you for listening. Follow us on all social medias. We have Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitch, TikTok, or Mark the Mic. Also follow Red Cyclone Inc.
Yes, sir. Make sure you follow us anywhere and everywhere. Recycle Link. That is Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Spotify. Do it.
And
And we got a WordPress. Do
yep,
it.
yep. And check out all the casts. We will have a Morphin cast going up today. Once we're done, I'll put it up. For Goseiger, which is the Sentai of Megaforce. We're working on the other ones coming up. We're working on Turtles 2012. We're working on the Star Wars shorts that they put the Tales of the Empire, things like that. So there's like 3 of them. We're going into those. So stay tuned for those. And a Game of Rage, going to be a special. We gotta kind of plan that out for all of us to be on for Mass Effect 1. So I'm excited for that one. Peace out. Laters. And always remember, follow the Jinkies.